Good morning, everybody. Yesterday, I circulated the syllabus for your GE, that is Generic Elective second year. This time it is titled as English for Careers. In first year, we studied English for competitive exams, and now in second year we are going to extend the same with a different title, and in this particular semester you will definitely come across different avenues, different areas where you can look after for making your career. As a matter of fact, if you see this particular paper, that is English for Careers, it actually deals with the kind of inputs in which you come to know what are the areas, what are the future prospects for you all in order to make your career. You may get into creative writing, you may get into any kind of multinational company requirements, you may get into traditional jobs which are available in our country. Different avenues are there. But now the question is how to take the advantage of the available opportunities in the modern time. Now all of you are studying in second year. Once you complete your degree, or later you may continue with your PG, later on you will look after for different opportunities available. So the university and the National Education Policy 2020 positively thought about it, that let us provide a platform for all the learners right in the beginning, so that they start speculating, they start thinking which is the most suitable area for making my own career. In the view of all this, you might have gone through the inputs provided in the SYLLABI, that is English for Careers semester 3, and the first topic that they have suggested is creative writing. In this class, straight away I will begin with the topic. Yesterday we had a detailed discussion, and I tried my level best to introduce you all to generic elective, a particular course in English, that is English for Careers. And now I am going to begin with the first topic, titled as creative writing. First of all, try to understand the word itself, the first word itself. What is creative writing? The word writing is well known to you all. I need not even explain it. You may have some apprehensions of your own about the word creative. But here, when we talk about these couple of words, that is creative writing, it actually deals with the general or the normal boundaries of your professionalism. It goes beyond to the limits of an individual. And more particularly when you talk about creative writing as such, it is nothing but a kind of writing that goes beyond the boundaries of normal professionalism, day-to-day journalism that you find around, day-to-day technical writing or academic writing that you read every day. It goes beyond that. Now let us focus on creative. What do you mean by creative? See, when I teach you or I provide you some notes on a piece of paper, that's a routine, normal academic writing, right? But if I have a creative bent of mind, or else I am capable enough to write a poem, I am capable enough to write a short story, or else I have become an author writing some novels or fiction, or else some plays or dramas and all that. If I am capable enough of doing that, it means I am doing something different than the normal content writing done by any professional, any journalist, any teacher providing the academic content. Because the way I write, the content that I write, and the day-to-day communicative writing that we do, both are different. So this perspective you need to understand first, so that you will understand what do I mean to say creative. Actually, creativity is a gift given by the nature to everybody by birth. Okay? You might have heard about a proverb in Marathi, जे जे जाणतो रवी ते ते जाणतो कवी. What does it mean? If you really see or understand the meaning of this Marathi proverb, here Ravi stands for the sun and Kavi means a poet. You know that we are the part and parcel of this solar system, and sun is in the center. Sun-centric theory is accepted by all now. Okay? And sun is just a particle of the universe, entire very big infinite universe. And we are the part of one particular solar system. Sun is in the center. So you know that the sun beams or the sun rays can reach out to every corner of the solar system. Correct? That is its own strength. But based on the power of imagination, a poet can reach out to every place, and with the help of imagination, he can create poetry, he can develop poetry, he can write an interesting poem. That's why it is said, Je je janato Ravi means wherever the sun beams can reach, the sun rays can reach. In all these places, who can reach? A poet can reach with the help of his imaginative power. So when a poet writes a poem, that is the creative writing. Every day we see so many things in and around. Do you get any fancy of writing a poem? No. Because the poetic sensibility is not given to us by nature. Everybody is not a poet. Okay? Likewise, everybody is not a writer, everybody is not an author, everybody is not a playwright, or everybody is not a story writer. We see several developments around us. But do you get the idea of writing it on a piece of paper? No. So here, you try to understand that this creative writing refers to any kind of writing that goes outside the bounds of professional, journalistic, academic and technical forms of writing. Then what are the areas that you call that something is creative? Already I told fiction. Means as you call in general terms, you also call it novels, short stories, poetry, drama, autobiography, biography, memoirs, creative non-fiction, okay, or else flash fiction, anything of this kind. So if you want to do career in this area, this is also a prolific area that can give you handsome earning. How? You might have heard about a term, bestseller books. What is bestseller books? Bestseller books are the kind of books which are circulated in the market, maybe at national level or international level, and thousands and lakhs and millions of copies are being sold, and in the form of royalty, who earns? An author earns. The author gets his royalty. And we are very acquainted with this Amazon bestseller book. Rank 1, rank 2, rank 10, top 10 books are always earning in multi-lakhs. Okay, so here, those who have that creative bent of mind or creative ability of writing in all these areas, you can try your hand and you can be a successful creative writer. What are the aspects related to this creative writing? It enhances your imaginative power, the most important. Suppose we are sitting in this room, okay, beautifully decorated, having couple of colors on the walls, having a blackboard right in the center of the hall. Benches are provided in order to provide the sitting facility for the students. Teacher is provided with a lectern. There is a pedestal also so that a teacher can stand on the elevated platform. These are the things that I can visualize. But if there is a poet can compose a poetry on this one. A poet can compose a poetry on the same scenario because the poet has got the poetic sensibility. Poet has got the poetic sensibility. You call it in Marathi, kaviman. Pratyekala kaviman nasta. So this poetic sensibility is the blessings by the nature only. It improves your communicative ability. See, whenever you talk about the importance of creative writing, right? Number one, it enhances your imaginative power. Number two, it also improves your communication skills. What are communication skills? Listening, speaking, reading and writing. And now we are talking about writing. Mind it well, people say like speaking is difficult, but it is not the fact. Writing is more difficult than speaking. Okay? Listening, speaking, reading and writing. The fourth one, that is writing, is the most difficult act of a particular communication skill. So here, you need to understand that when you put your ideas on a piece of paper, it allows you to express yourself. Because whenever you happen to write a short story, or a poem, or a drama, or a fiction, okay, sci-fi, something like that, you get an opportunity, being the author, being the creative writer, that you express yourself. When you express, sometimes you be personal, sometimes you be impersonal. Okay. So here, this kind of thing can be seen. We also foster the empathy while creating any kind of creative writing. So when you do that, by creating and understanding characters with different backgrounds and perspectives, a creative writer fosters the feeling of empathy. Okay, so recently you might have heard a news or you might have read a news. A national player playing for a team, he happened to see by the roadside there was an injured dog, and the player helped the injured dog. But unfortunately, what happened? Some of the nail scratches took place on his hands. The player thought that anyway it's a small dog. Okay, let it be. He just applied some paraffin, cleaned it and left it. You know what happened 1 week before? He died because of just like the dog bite, whatever happens, that he became the victim of that disease and he passed away. He was barking like a dog before death. He felt empathy for the injured animal. He was very sympathetic and helped, but unfortunately, he became the victim of the same. Now see how pathetic it is. So a poet of your kind or my kind may have some feeling about it and he will write a poem on this tragedy of a sportsman. Okay, a tragedy of a sportsman. You get an idea. You happen to write that. So here, one more thing you develop, that is your critical thinking. Creativity that you have also provides you a platform for diverse critical thinking. It's very difficult to judge the people, mind it well, in life. We meet, we happen to come across thousands and thousands of people in one lifetime. And those who are in and around us, it's very difficult to understand them. Some are open-minded, some are closed-minded, some are whimsical, some are very sympathetic, okay? Some are good, some are bad, some are worst. Some are having anemic ideas against you or for you. Different people. So once you develop that critical ability of interpreting the things around you, it means you develop the critical thinking also. So these are the things that you need to understand. But now the question is how to be creative. Actual question is how to be creative. Suppose you want to get a job as a creative writer in a multinational company, those who are writing for some other organizations. You have to have the creativity first. How to develop your creativity? What are the elements which are effectively contributing in the creative activity of writing? Number one, originality. What is originality? Originality means something which is genuine, something that you created. It's not like copied from others, it's not like derived from others, right? You create on your own. So good creative writer is always having the fresh ideas. He is having the unique thought process, okay, that others may not think, but you think and go ahead. So that kind of originality you have to have. Strong characters. When you write some content, suppose you develop a novel or else you happen to write a play. Within the play you have so many characters, okay. Ensure that all these characters prove to be memorable, relatable, and your writing style should involve the readers within the context of the writing. Got it? Then only the things are possible, otherwise no. Here, I would like to refer to William Shakespeare. Why the whole world knows about the Hamlet? It's not because historically it happened in the state of Denmark. It's because William Shakespeare wrote a play on the tragedy of the Prince of Denmark, that is Hamlet. To be or not to be, that is the question. हे करू का ते करू हा मला पडलेला प्रश्न आहे. He wrote 400 years before. Even today, same is applicable to the young generation of every time. Everybody is confused what to do. Shall I do this or shall I do that? And the person is unable to take any decision. So he procrastinates. He makes further delay. He meets his tragedy. That's it. That is the end of the story. When William Shakespeare created that character, whether it is King Lear or Julius Caesar or Macbeth, Antony and Cleopatra, Coriolanus, any character created by William Shakespeare, you just chant the name, you will realize that yes, there is something behind it, something extraordinary, something very creative, and that creativity is the product of the author's mind. Oh, okay, it is not historical. Okay, he took the historical support for writing some of the history plays. But the creativity given to the character or the kind of presentation made out of the characters and the dialogues is the actual contribution of the author. So that sort of thing we need to develop. And while writing, ensure that you create a conflict, conciliation, reconciliation, resolution. You have a voice and a tone for every character separately. If you happen to write creatively for drama or fiction, you have to give a proper content, proper dialogue, proper tone and proper language to every character. Because somebody who belongs to the aristocratic class of society speaks in a different way, lives in a different way. Somebody who belongs to the middle strata of society, they have their own problems, hustles and buzzles of life, and they have their own accent pattern of a language. Same language is spoken by the aristocratic person, middle class person, and a person belonging to the lowest strata of life. If you see, all are speaking Marathi or all are speaking English, but the English spoken by the aristocratic person, English spoken by the middle class person, and the language spoken by the groundlings or the lower class people, it is definitely different. Language is same. Sophistication of language is different. So when you create a gravedigger, put the language of the gravediggers in the mouth of the character. If you create the character of a prince or a king or a queen or a princess, a royal family person, place the language of that stature. And if you talk about the bourgeois, ordinary people belonging to the middle class, ensure that you are providing the suitable tone, suitable language, suitable terminology in the mouth of the characters. That is creativity. And that credit goes to the author. And here, these points have been discussed in order to proceed further. If at all you want to do career in creative writing. Let us proceed further. How to develop creative writing skills. This is the most important thing. Okay. Suppose you think that I want to be a creative writer, I want to work for a multinational company. Fine. You can do that. But before you proceed further, ensure that you are developing your creative writing skills during your learning stage, learning phase. Number one, read widely. Okay, read widely. First of all, if you want to be creative writer, you should be the votary of books. You should be a voracious reader. And unfortunately, what is happening or what has happened? We have forgotten the touch of the books. The reading culture is being the matter of the past. Just remember, in the last 1 week, how many pages you read? Can you answer? In the last 1 week, how many pages? I may not be able to ask you how many books. Okay, I'm just asking you, how many pages did you read from any book randomly taken up? Any answer? How many pages? Okay, means every day you are reading 5 pages, even today. Good. How many pages did you read? A book. Which book? 4 to 5 pages book. 45 pages book. Can you tell me the title? Tukaram. Written by? Okay, that's good. I appreciate both of you. How many pages or how many books did you read? One book in the last 1 week. What is the title? Title of the book? Sorry? Okay. Who is the author? Okay. Okay, fine. So, I was wrong in my perception then. Okay. I thought that you left the habit of reading. Last year I insisted you read every day minimum 5 pages, develop minimum 10 words a day, then you see what kind of changes take place in your personality. Okay. I was under the impression that you might have forgot that instruction, and especially during the vacation time you might have left it, but I appreciate each one of you here that 2 of you happen to read the books, maybe of small size, maybe of 50 pages around, and one of the person has read around 35 to 40 pages in the last 1 week. It shows that you have a connect with the book. What is this indication? This indication is very positive that you have a connect with the book, and if you continue to read different types of books from different known languages, if you know English, Marathi, Hindi, Kannada, okay, go for that. Read, listen, because e-books are there, audio books are there, okay, printed books are of course available in our libraries, and you can even buy from the market and read them. You can borrow even from different people, right? So here, if you want to develop the good writing, creative writing skill, mind it well, your reading experience should be higher and higher. Every day there should be a target. One of my gurus who lives here only, he taught me at the time of my PG at People's College. He has a daughter, only daughter. Now she is studying in Jaipur University, MA English. Till date she might have read minimum 3,000 books. How many? 3,000 books I am saying. She is such a votary of books. She loves every book. The moment she grabs a title, unless she completes the book, she won't keep quiet. If she grabs a book, whatever size it may be, she will finish off. She will read it thoroughly. Goodbye. Just imagine the kind of knowledge, the kind of perception, the kind of creativity, the kind of ideas, the kind of imaginative borders to her terminology. Just imagine. Maybe in future she will be a very good author. She will be a good writer, right? Or else she will prove to be a very, very resourceful professor, because her father was the professor of English. She will also continue with the same profession if she wants, right? So here, remember one thing, that when you are reading regularly, simultaneously you should start writing regularly. Only reading is not sufficient to be a good creative writer. If you want to make your career in creative writing, what is expected actually? Reading as well as writing. Because it is said, writing makes man perfect. Reading makes man knowledgeable, but writing makes man perfect. So if at all you want to prove to be a good writer, a very good creative writer, then it is necessary for you to put your hand on the piece of paper and write every day something or the other and take the feedback. Take the feedback. Just let your friends read it. Let your inmates of the house read it. Let sometimes others also to read it and give their feedback, so that your creativity, your line of thinking, your process of ideas, your way of thinking is right or wrong. You can also assess and continue further for writing. Nowadays you can just do one thing. If you want to put your hand on a piece of paper, use technology. Start writing blogs. You know blog writing, what is blog writing? You create your own blog. It's a free of cost service available. It's just like your personal website. It's not a website, it's a platform provided by the bloggers. Okay, blogging kind of platform. Blogspot.com. You just go for that. Register yourself. Create your own blog. They provide you every template available there. Go for it. The way you see the world, the way you perceive the world, the way you see what is happening around you, put it on a piece of paper, just post it over there, let the readers read it and give their remarks and their own criticism sometimes. Right? What will happen? It will enhance your level of creativity. It will definitely enhance. Then, if possible, join some writing workshop. What is a writing workshop? If you go to a writing workshop, the specialists in the field, those who develop your ability of creative writing, they give you some areas, topics, suggestions. Whatever that you write, they read it, they give their remarks, they improve your style of writing. Attend a workshop. Online workshops are available. 1 week workshop you can attend. If you attend that, then you see the way you were writing earlier and the way you are writing after completing or attending the workshop. There is a huge difference. So this thing can be seen. See, ultimately experiment is more important than speculation. Okay? Only you keep on thinking, anything will happen? Nothing will happen. The way you think, put it in action. So we have a proverb in English. Action speaks louder than words. Action speaks louder than words. You may go on, increasing the frequency of your voice and just pronounce it in words. Nothing will happen. But if you put the same thing in action, the people will notice it, what exactly you are doing. So this is very, very important. And here you need to understand one thing, that unless you put yourself into action, first, wide reading, second, regular writing, third, joining writing workshop, third, experiments, doing your own experiments, fifth, revise your content that you have written, take the feedback from people, edit it, re-edit it, write it, rewrite it, rewrite it, and then you see how perfectly your content is coming out. And this kind of approach for developing your creative writing is going to be a timeless experience for you. So creative writing is a timeless form of human expression that bridges cultures. See, you get ample opportunities to expand your ideas. Okay? That bridges cultures, that bridges human sentiments and emotions, that bridges the experience of your own and your observation of the experience of others. And when you put it all on a piece of paper, it has the power, it has the power to inspire, to entertain, to heal, and to provoke the thought process of the people around you. Whether you are an inspiring novelist, a closest poet, or someone, simply journaling in the margins of human life, creative writing invites you to find your voice and share your story on a piece of paper so that the whole panoramic world will come across or will enjoy the content that you have creatively written for them. And this way you can definitely go ahead in order to understand the things. You got my point? This is just the one part of my presentation